great liners were loved for their glamour and prestige. But as Titanic left Southampton, she was also loved for creating hundreds of new jobs. Just 5 days later, Titanic sank. And the news was met with complete disbelief here, not least because so many people who lost their lives came from Southampton. We asked Bitterne Park School in the city to demonstrate the scale of the loss. Every child here represents somebody who died. Overall, more than 1,500 people drowned, and of those, around 550 had addresses in Southampton. Most of them were crew.
It felt quite scary because it just sort of takes you by surprise how many people actually died.
It just amazed me, shocked me.
These photographs show people outside the White Star Line offices in Southampton waiting for news of their relatives. On this street alone, 8 crew members died. Dave Fredericks has researched their stories, and his own great-grandfather, William, worked in Titanic's coal store.
The sheer numbers, you know, like say 8 in this street, 7 in the next street, 6 along in the one after that. It's just, the totals just mount up. It was almost like a dark cloud was hanging over the city of Southampton with just the feeling of bereavement.
In the city's main cemetery, there are memorials to those who died. But these are not graves. These bodies were never found.
Here is a memorial to father and son who were both lost on the Titanic.
Arthur May and his son, who was also called Arthur, both had jobs on the ship. 2 families of hundreds here left without fathers.
We shouldn't forget them. We shouldn't forget these people, these working people of Southampton. Not the good and the great, perhaps, but the working people of Southampton that built the docks. They were the people that run that ship. You know, they were the ones that suffered most.
Southampton has more Titanic memorials than anywhere else in the world. But for decades, the ship's name was hardly mentioned here. Such was the sense of loss. This week, the city will grieve publicly with large centenary events, and many of those taking part have a direct link to what happened. John Kay, BBC News, Southampton.